Hi, as Robbie said, I'm Nilla Spark, and it's with great honour that I speak with you all tonight. I'm going to read my speech. I could ad-lib, but a bit like you, me, I'd probably be here till tomorrow. So I just want to keep on track. And for those of you that can see, I've put together a little bit of my life up on the screen. So you don't have to look at me, you can look at some of my amazing blessings that I've had in my life. So look up there, look at me, whatever, and please allow me to read you a story of my life. Okay, here we go. A long time ago, when I was much younger, full of life and ambition, just like you, Heather, just like you, Mia, just like you, Carly. Sorry, Louise, you're a bit my age. My life was such that all I had to worry about was going to work, buying clothes, shoes, jewellery. Where was I going to go out to on the weekend and where my next travel adventure was going to be. Then I grew up. What I would like to share with you this evening is a few of my life's challenges, lessons and experiences. Today my husband and I own a business called Travel with Purpose because we believe that is what life is all about. To travel the journey of life with purpose. And it's my privilege to share a part of my journey with you this evening. And who knows, there may be some valuable insights for you. Our goal at Travel with Purpose is to help people love their lives through wonderful travel experiences, and love their lives through lifting up and helping people more disadvantaged than themselves. In saying all this, Robbie, I firstly would like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to share some of my experiences with you and all of you that are here this evening. I sincerely hope that by the end of this evening, you will leave feeling inspired and empowered so that you too can be the best that you can be, no matter what obstacles are thrown your way. To say that I've had a few challenges in my life would be an absolute understatement. Hands up if you too have had to face challenges in your life. Yep, we sure have. Some challenges make us look at ourselves where we make the decision to either accept what is because they are out of your control or change and grow from the experience. Does this make sense? Yeah? Okay. I read this quote the other day, and for me it puts what I'm about to share in a nutshell. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no help at all. By Dale Carnegie. I'm going to share some of the challenges that I have faced from my early 20s. I feel that each challenge that has presented itself has made me into the person that I am today. For this, I am eternally grateful, and I feel that I would not have achieved or done the things that I have done in my life if I hadn't experienced what I have. Let me begin to share a few insights into my life. Before my mother passed away at the tender age of 44 from breast cancer, I helped her and Dad set up and run the first Italian restaurant in Albany, Nonna Maria's. Any of you old enough to remember it? Yeah. It was back in the 80s and it was like 44 years ago. So a lot of you were very young, so you probably won't remember. Well, sorry?
Am I that old?
Phyllis used to work there. Well, it became an icon of the town. Here was my mum with a newborn baby boy, which I helped raise, and she was so busy cooking at the restaurant with 4 children and a husband to look after, creating history in this little town called Albany. Mum and Dad introduced food that people had not heard of. I can distinctly remember taking orders where people would say, "What's calamari?" And I would politely say, "It's squid." And their response would be, "You go fishing with squid, not eat it." Little did they know that it soon became one of the most popular dishes that my mother prepared with so much love and passion. Heather, the love of food can bring a lot of joy to your life, so congratulations on doing what you're doing in Mount Barker with your sister. I didn't know your sister was there as well. Alice as well. Then the day I dreaded arrived. Here I was, 24 years of age, and my hero, my friend, my confidant, my mother, passed away suffering and leaving us all behind. My world fell apart, and all I could think of was that I wouldn't be able to survive without her. However, after 37 years, I have survived, and the memories will never die. However, time does heal. I can remember as a young girl, Mum and I talking about when I would get married, who I would marry, and what sort of dress I would wear. She used to get so excited because this was something that she never had the opportunity to experience, and was so looking forward to seeing her daughter in that wedding dress. You see, she was married by proxy. My father was in Australia, establishing a better life for his new bride and potential family, as after World War II, there was no work or future for the youth of Italy. Mum was not allowed to join him unless she was married, and the only way that this could happen was with my father's father standing in as his proxy. Unfortunately, I married without my mum, meeting her son-in-law John and seeing me, her daughter, in that wedding dress we had so often talked about. Unfortunately, she did not realise her dream. Fate was such that she passed away long before I married John. Unfortunately, this was something that was out of my control. I had to make the best out of the situation. Believe you me, I had a few tears leading up to my wedding day. The one thing that I really wanted after we were married was to have children. Unfortunately, after 5 attempts at IVF, I came to the sad realisation that I was not destined to be a mother. No matter how much I wanted a child, Mother Nature had other plans for me, something else that I could not control, no matter how hard I tried. 24 years ago, I became without parents as my father passed away at the young age of 60. As I've just celebrated my 61st birthday, I really now understand how young he really was. He suffered for many years with emphysema, and it was that lack of air in his lungs that caused him to have a massive heart attack. I was with him at his side as life left his body. No matter how hard I tried to keep him alive, there was nothing that I could do to help. The pain of losing a parent never leaves you, as you will also understand, Louise. Now it's up to us to keep their legacy alive. At 49 years of age, I heard the words that everybody dreads. Nilla, you have breast cancer. I had to face the fact that I could lose my life as well. Instantly, all my other challenges paled into insignificance. The fight was on, as this was something I had to control, or else it would control me. One of my little brothers became a drug addict. A very painful experience. So I'm really pleased to hear that you're doing something about that, Robbie. A painful experience to be part of and to watch as someone slowly loses everything. He lost his wife, 2 beautiful children, his family, his country, all the money he worked hard for, his career, his reputation, and basically everything that he stood for and became, all gone. He lost control of his life, which he eventually lost forever on the 22nd of September 2016. I found out that he passed away while I was doing a charity walk, walking for those that cannot on the Camino de Santiago. I felt helpless and hopeless. However, I had to understand that no matter how hard we tried to help him, he made choices that nobody could control, not even himself. My breast cancer diagnosis and all these other events in my life should have and could have stopped me from doing, being and achieving. However, the journey has been life-changing, and with the help of John, my husband, family and friends, I'm proud to stand here tonight with total gratitude by saying that I am a 12-year survivor and thriver. I had to face this breast cancer challenge head-on and do whatever it took to stay alive. How did I do this, you ask? I will now share with you some of the actions I took to get me to where I am today. I embarked on a personal development crusade to improve my body, my mind and spirit. Whilst undergoing these courses, I was appointed the travel coordinator for a group called the Billionaire Adventure Club, who at the time wanted to make a difference in the world by eradicating poverty through education. Through my travel knowledge, reputation and contacts, we were able to achieve some incredible results, such as we helped a village high in the Andes named Huiloc, Peru, finish building a school which had been in construction for 10 years due to a lack of money. Whilst we were arranging how we were going to help them, I was asked to be a godmother to Benedicta, one of the children of the village's vice president. A true honour, as they were so grateful for what we were about to do for the children of Huiloc. As difficult as it may sound, children beyond 12 years of age were not able to be educated. John and I were able to go back and visit Wheelock 3 years later, and it was with great pride to see that not only had they completed the 2 classrooms that we helped fund, they had also 6 fully functional classrooms, which meant that the children of Wheelock could be educated as a side benefit of what we had done. They were now also able to build a medical centre for the surrounding communities of the Andes. We helped to give financial assistance to Cedar University in Johannesburg, the first black university, which the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson and Bill Gates are also part of. We became involved with Friends International, which is situated in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. This organisation helps educate the children and the families into Main Street life instead of allowing the children to be on the streets. Sponsored children in the Lotus Orphanage in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, visited and helped the SOS Orphanage in Alexandria, Egypt. These experiences have opened my heart and mind to what is possible when people get together for a common cause. Because of these experiences, John, myself and the team at Travel with Purpose are working together at the moment to see how we can help local charities in our community, such as Solaris Care, Hospice, Hawthorne House and the McGrath Foundation. One of my biggest passions is travel and what travel can do for people. Once you have the opportunity and ability to travel and discover the world and its people, which I started doing at a young age of 19, I feel you become a more understanding and compassionate person, because the realisation is that the world is really a small place, and even with our differences, we are really all the same. Travel is the best educational tool that is available to us, and that when you travel, you cannot return the same person that you left. This is principally the reason I continue to work in our travel agency, Travel with Purpose. Here, who has travelled and has got lots out of their travel experiences? Yeah, lots. We have had a lot of success with our travel agencies over the years, with the most memorable being that we were the first travel agency in Australia to be crowned the best travel agency for the entire Jet Set network. It was a very proud moment as our name was called out and we walked to the stage in front of hundreds of people. So Carly, I can only imagine what you felt like receiving your recent award, and congratulations on your achievements. This award for us was an incredible achievement, considering we were just a small agency in Perth and we were successful against some of the biggest travel agencies from all over Australia. So anything is possible if you have purpose and passion. Right, Carly? John and I, through commitment and hard work, have achieved a lot of recognition over the years, also having received numerous awards. However, the most important is that we continue to help people achieve their travel dreams. About 4 years ago, Noeline Evans came up with an idea of 100 women walking 100 kilometres. I was one of the first that said yes. So with that group of 30 or so women, we didn't quite get to the 100. We walked the 100 kilometres and raised money and awareness for helping rescue young innocent girls, some as young as 5 years of age, from the sex slave industry in northern Thailand. This initiative raised more than $60,000. After the walk, I knew I wanted to do more to help these girls, so I continued to raise money, and on advice from the organisation, we helped build a store so that the girls could have a place to work, become self-reliant and independent from the lives that they would have normally. A group of 6 of us went up to Chiang Mai for 8 days and helped where we could with the building of the store. It was a very emotional few days that we spent with the girls. However, to see them laugh and get so excited as we handed them clothes, books, makeup, and to know that they would have good beds and facilities to enjoy was a very heartwarming experience. In April this year, with my best friend Jeanette, who's sitting over there, and Lorella, we walked 65 kilometres over 2 days in searing heat with temperatures more than 30+ degrees, something that was very, very difficult for me as I do not cope very well in the heat. We walked for the Harry Perkins Institute, where we raised money for cancer research. Collectively, we raised more than $2 million. To be part of this and listen to what Harry Perkins Institute are doing to help cancer sufferers was very gratifying and moving, and to be paraded in front of hundreds of people as a survivor was very emotional. To Jeanette and Lorella, I thank them deeply for being part of this and encouraged me when I needed it the most. I have also returned from walking 300 kilometres on the Camino de Santiago. It is here that I walked for those that cannot and raised money for the McGrath Foundation. The McGrath Foundation is one that is dear to my heart, especially as I now know what a difference it would have made to our lives if we had had a McGrath nurse to help us through my breast cancer ordeal. As I've just mentioned, in September I embarked on a 300-kilometre journey on the Camino de Santiago with my best friend Jeanette and others. The Camino de Santiago was a life journey that made me face many of my fears. I endured a lot of physical, emotional and mental pain. However, I faced each day knowing that I had a purpose to keep going. I underwent a very reflective time, especially when I found out that my brother had passed away. What this journey has shown and taught me is that courage, determination and belief in yourself, no matter what, is so important to achieve your end goal. Sometimes when you are in so much emotional pain, you don't see what is and only focus on what the outcome must be. I am sure you, Mia and Louise, have had your beliefs and policies challenged many times, but by having the courage of your convictions and the determination to achieve your goal, this alone will keep you focused and on track, no matter what obstacle is thrown your way. Would you agree? Over the past 12 years since my diagnosis, I've become very open-minded to do things I possibly would not have had the courage to do. Like, with a lot of pushing and reassuring, I skydived 16,000 feet in New Zealand, a Christmas present from my husband John. My husband, do you think he was trying to get rid of me? No, he was empowering me. Actually, I loved the experience, even though I was petrified. See what happens when you get out of your way. Actually, there's some photos up there, but there's one photo that I didn't put up where I was on the plane and I'm like this praying. It's quite funny. My other passion is cooking. It is right up there with travel. I love the authentic and traditional ways of making pasta and love teaching the true essence of Italian food, which is made with love. It's so good for the soul and for the heart. That is why I started cooking classes in Nilla's Italian kitchen. And I know that Julie's here, that's been in one of my classes, and I thank you. And we do have lots of fun, hey? Yeah. Following on from my passion for food and my Italian heritage with my family in Italy, we developed our own tour in Tuscany based on the White Truffle Festival. We had our first tour last year. It was very successful and looking forward to developing it even further. If you want to know more, you know where I am. Now, this is a good one. A couple of Sundays ago, I climbed Mount Toolbrunup, which is basically rock climbing. Has anybody climbed Mount Toolbrunup? Don't do it. It's basically rock climbing, as I said. Rocks and Nilla are not a marriage made in heaven. So when I saw the steepness and all the rocks I had to climb, I freaked a little. However, I had a little talking to myself, and I said that I would do it no matter how uncoordinated I looked. So if you were watching, you would have been laughing your head off, because here I was crawling like a crab, sliding down on my bottom, anything that I needed to do to accomplish this climb, both up and down. Boy, did it challenge me. However, with courage and determination, I made it, and here to tell the tale. Again, when you have the courage to get out of your comfort zone, great things can be accomplished. I commenced training for the 300-kilometre walk on the Camino 12 months prior to going. I started off with walking 5 kilometres a day to ending up walking up to 20 kilometres a day, which was thankfully a great preparation for what I was about to embark on. This took a lot of discipline and dedication. A few years ago, I was asked to speak at the Jet Set conference in all the major capital cities about what I had experienced in the various countries where we worked with the different communities, whether it was helping them to build, donating funds so they could keep doing the work that they needed to do for the children, or sponsoring orphans. This truly was an honour and a great way to spread the word that we can make a difference even when we travel. One of my greatest travel achievements, which I'm very proud of, is that I was able to facilitate and arrange a group of 120 people from all over the world attend a conference in Egypt. What I learnt on this journey was how people with differing beliefs and values, namely Christian, Jews and Muslims, can work together, was something that I will always treasure. If we, as a community, could learn to embrace differences, learn to work with them rather than against them, we would definitely have a world that would look so different. I was asked to appear on a travel documentary with a woman called Jen Davies in her series called Places We Go. This is whilst I was on a small cruise ship from Istanbul to Cyprus. Always be prepared to seize the moment and the opportunity that presents itself, as you never know where it could lead you. have given learning to sing and play guitar a go, however not very well, and today I still can't sing and I still can't play guitar. However, I went out of my comfort zone to give it a go. No point having regrets. We all have a talent and mine is definitely not musical. Had the most incredible life experience by being open-minded to opportunities when a few years ago we were selected and part of a small group of people from all over the world to join an Incan high priest to experience the sacred journey of Peru, where we were to learn the traditional ways of connecting with Mother Earth, Pachamama, which is very much what the Nationals want to do, go back to the grassroots of where we come from. This taught me so much about when you get into the true essence of where you are and what you experience and how much more gratifying and powerful it can be. These memories will never leave me, and this opportunity will never present itself again, as Hermano, the Incan high priest, has since passed away. I now feel that I've shared a small snippet of my life that has been scattered with challenges, however also full of blessings. I sincerely hope that the message that I have attempted to convey to you this evening is that no matter what obstacles you're faced with, know that there's always a positive if you choose to see it. In conclusion, life is a wonderful thing. It is short. It does have its challenges. We do have choices. We can make a difference in our lives and the lives of others if we stand in our power and reach out with our hearts. The world of today is in turmoil. However, the only thing that we have control over is ourselves and how we look at everything. May I conclude with something that profoundly resonated and moved me when I watched the X Factor last Monday and Robbie Williams came on stage and sang a song that he has just released. So it's quite interesting, Carly, when you said Robbie Williams, Nobby Rodwood's son. Yeah, and how you said about living your life. So, I'm not sure if you guys know about the song, but the story behind it is that he's based on how he viewed all the obstacles that he had endured and how he treated his life. However, now he is a father and he is travelling the journey of life with purpose. He looks forward to the day that his children say to him, "I love my life." So I will conclude by saying that I love my life, and I sincerely hope that you will all leave this evening feeling that you also love your life. Let's say it all together. Come on, love my life. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Robbie Williams.